From the desk of Magus Resplendent Diamond. The world is different. For reasons beyond most knowing, one day we began to fight with the flora of our world. We fought to a stalemate that lasted the better part of a lifetime. It was tenuous until the day the capital city of Bulwark erupted, killing its king and 1/10 of the population. In the wake of the decimation, peace was offered, and we are so close. But now a truth surfaces from an unlikely source. The king was more than he appeared. He survives, somehow, in his broken tower, and his survival threatens each and every one of us. I have assembled a team. They can't fail. They just can't. Hello, and welcome to Another Path, Season 2.5, The Broken Tower. My name is Chase, and I continue to be your GM. Today, I have the distinct honor and pleasure of having our 3 Patreon episode co-hosts in one game, as they endeavor to investigate some information uncovered during our last season. We have Christina, Duval, and Kim playing their characters, Addie, Rabroth, and Lou, respectively. While you don't have to listen to the Patreon episodes to enjoy the mini-season, the episodes are excellent and totally worth a listen. Speaking of Patreon, thank you to our Patreon backers, Atan, Everett, and Tyler, for their continued support. If you would like to support the show, please check us out at our Patreon, patreon.com/ghostlightmedia. You can also give us a rating or review over on your podcatcher app of choice, as it goes a long way for helping folks find the show. And with that, sit back, relax, and enjoy your trip down another path.
My fucking cat apparently got out of the apartment somehow, and thankfully my neighbor came and was like, your cat? And I was like, what the fuck?
That's really
I thought he was sleeping on the couch. Okay.
Tiny jerk.
Tiny jerk indeed.
Well, I ran downstairs to get laundry, so I'm assuming he must have snuck out while I was kidding in.
That'll do it.
That will do it.
At least you stayed close.
So, I had to be very quiet getting this box of dice because one of my cat's favorite pastimes is playing fetch with dice.
Oh no!
Very frequently, whenever we're gaming in the living room, he'll he'll just wait, and then like a rogue just steal it off the table and run off with it.
I have multiple photos of this cat perched like in ready stance, one paw just kind of like half out, ready to steal somebody's dice.
Like he'll scoop it in his mouth and run off.
The D6s specifically is he's a fiend for.
And then he'll take it to the bathroom and let the dice roll around in the tub.
Can't play D&D at Christina's until the plug's in the tub.
Yep.
Well,
because the bathtub doesn't have a cover on it.
Sure.
So that is the rule now. But yeah, I had to be very quiet or else he would have followed me right to the door, and then he would just be meowing outside the door singing the song of his people.
As you do.
I was really hoping you were going to say that, like specifically.
So do we want to play some Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
Yay! Duval!
I mean, I'm good at such sit and chat.
I just wanted to switch it up a little bit. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Awesome. All right.
I guess, sure. We're here. We might as well.
I mean, look, I could save this for another time. We could just chill and talk. This would be a really weird episode.
It's all good.
Like, let me be clear. I'm still putting it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still putting this out. I just won't edit anything. It'll just be a stream of consciousness conversation.
Let's go.
It'll be like that one episode of My Brother and Me where they didn't answer any questions and just talked for a while. I actually really like that episode, and somebody would like this one, but I'm not going to do that. We will play. Bulwark, the Spiral City. A lone mountain at the edge of the known world. easily twice the size of any other city in the collective. The nearly ceaseless din can be heard for miles around in the still winter air. Near the base of the city, Rapproch wakes up in his small room in the dockside inn, the languid shanty. The salty coastal air reminding him of his distant homeland. It's been 6 months since your arrival. While you've had little luck in dislodging the Revenant, allies you've made since arriving in the city have been more than helpful at beating it back during its intermittent attacks. You've made yourself indispensable to them, and that work has not gone unnoticed. You have a new contract, this one with a well-connected mage who is certain she can set this creature pursuing you to rest, permanently. You have an hour or so before you need to make the long journey up the mountain. What do you do?
So, wearing my jammies, and for the uninitiated, Rebroth is a very tall, about 6'3", gold dragonborn, has like tendrils kind of all the way down to the back that are currently being covered by one of those nightcap hats
like
with the little sleeping cat. It's got the beanie and everything. He sort of sits out of a bed with a bit of a huff. Shoots out of bed. What's in my room outside of my bed?
You've got like a big metal wash tub. There is a spacious desk and a dresser as well. You're definitely in kind of a long-term stay situation.
Airbnb.
Exactly. You've been able to finance pretty well with the work that you've been doing as well as the crowns brought with you.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well, let's start the day, I suppose. Kind of slams open the door. Well, first he'll get dressed. Probably, I don't know. There could be a jammies plus greatsword adventure sometime soon. But it's not. But it's not this day. At least for now. He'll plate armor up, which honestly takes most of that hour, about half of that hour. Goes down for a bit of breakfast and some caffeine.
Absolutely. In your time here, you have absolutely become one of the regulars. You see a couple of old salts sitting at the bar having their breakfast stouts. There is a pitcher of coffee that is placed on a magical hot plate near the edge of the bar. The first week, you did ask every time. At this point, staying here full time, you can just grab a mug from behind the bar and, fill one up to go.
I walk up to the folks drinking their breakfast stouts.
Mm-hmm.
I know I ask you probably every week at least once.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that there's not caffeine or coffee in those stouts, right?
Yes, we're aware.
Okay. Because I know like some of them are actually like they have that like coffee like taste, but never have I been in a situation where I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I'll drink a coffee stout. You know what I mean? So they just don't really. You know what? You probably don't care about any of this, do you?
Not really, no.
Cheers. He goes and grabs it.
Cheers.
And walks. And kind of looks around and he'll kind of lay down like a copper or two or whatever the hell. And begin to kind of scout the immediate vicinity, so to speak.
Nothing immediately around you, nothing out of the ordinary at least. It is a bright and sunny winter day. There is that distinct seaside winter chill in the air. The only benefit is that it does beat back the normal absolute reek of the fishmongers. So, upsides.
Yeah, because you don't like the water.
No. But it is cheapest to stay down here, and there are readily... this is certainly the rooms down here are nicer than the ones that you would pay for further up the hill.
Yeah. Economical.
You make your way up to your contract.
Indeed. Is the Emerald Queen around, or is she kind of hustle and bustle, coming to and fro?
No, the merchant that you came in with, the Emerald Queen, she has not been around much these past few months. She was readily available the first 3 or 4 months that you were around, but as winter started setting in, she headed back for Vardo and neighboring cities and really hasn't been back since.
Okay. I will head to the contract.
And as you start walking that way, we slide up the mountain to the Merchant District, where Lou wakes up in a modest room of her own, situated above a weaver's.
Oh.
It's small, but comfortable. It's been several months since your brother was sent to live with the guide keepers to tend to his burns. You have not seen him since. In that time, you have found yourself in deeper and deeper water. Dangerous jobs that pay well are hard to turn down, at least until now. This isn't the first time you've heard the phrase, the last job you'll ever need, but your family friend Tirlock swears on your mother's grave that this is the truth. It's official, too. The Council of Mages needs somebody with a certain set of skills. And with Tirlock's vouch, you have selected each other. You have just a little bit of time to get ready before you need to make your way up the mountain. How do you prepare?
So, I would have my usual set of tools, because you have to be ready at any time when you're in my line of work. Somebody could come find you whenever. So, I usually don't take too long to get ready. I just have to grab my pack and go. So, I don't really have much to do to get ready, to be honest.
Can you give us a description of your character? Because many people listening to this probably might not have listened to the Patreon episode.
So, Luelda Romanovsky, she is a relatively average height, dirty strawberry blonde hair, green eyes, and she's a wood elf, though she tries to hide that because she doesn't particularly like her heritage, and she's also trying her best to drop her accent, but it is very difficult for her. She slips back into it very easily.
With that, simply enough, you take your leave. It is a bright, chill day as you walk out onto the busy streets, and you start to weave your way, maybe a bit more gracefully than most people would notice, to the top of Bulwark. Addie. You arise when you deem necessary within the Ring of Mages, the newly constructed top level of Bulwark. Built from the remains of the noble quarter and the mountain itself, it sits as a jagged crown of the city. Weeks have passed since your botched teleportation situation, and in that time you have been excused from your duties as acting headmistress of Geitworth Academy. And frankly, you've had little to do except consider what has happened and what's next. A few days ago, Magus Diamond called upon you with worry in her eyes. She was scant on the details, but informed you that your expertise would be needed. A small team was being assembled for a covert mission, and they needed someone who is amenable to field work. You are, of course, amenable. You have an hour until your meeting. How do you prepare?
Well, I have my breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I spend a good portion of that hour sitting at a desk with my two-way scroll open, wanting to write to Jackson, but knowing that it's not safe for some reason, and not having found a better way to communicate with him. He doesn't need a bunch of sending spells out of nowhere. He might be fighting something and it might get him killed.
You know that boy. And you can tell he has gotten smarter in the past year.
Yep.
But you also know that that is very likely to be a big distraction for him.
Yeah. Just a bit. So, yeah, as the hour slowly ends, I will roll up that scroll and pack up my things and head to where Magus Diamond has indicated.
Absolutely. Since it has been well over a year since since you had been on the show proper, why don't you go ahead and reintroduce yourself?
Professor Adelaide Yannette Clary Charmaine is the acting headmistress of Geitworth Academy. She has short, bold red hair, And I believe the first time you described her, it was she has the grace of a duck on a frozen pond.
Oh, yeah.
She is a very, very clumsy wizard. But she has...
this trio is... Oh no.
But she's very enthusiastic. She loves making friends. And that being said, she knows when she needs to buckle down and get to work.
The three of you, as you all arrive and make your way to the proper places, are gathered in the office of one Magus Diamond, a dark-haired tiefling. As the three of you settle in, she passes a document, a short scroll, out to each of you. What we are going to be discussing here today is of the utmost secrecy. These documents serve as your security clearance, while also making it quite impossible of you to speak of what is considered classified to anybody without the clearance. You have all been deemed quite capable and worthy of the trust. Rebroth, though you are a newcomer to the city, you check out the notorious Captain Grimm before even setting a foot within our home.
Wait, that was you?
You're welcome.
Lunella Romerskin.
This is close enough.
Apologies. The covert work that you have done, both above and below the law, is commendable on a technical level, if perhaps not on a moral one.
I do what needs to be done.
Acting Headmistress Adelaide Annette Clary Charmaine.
Addie.
I like spin around and look just on the name alone. He's got 2 syllables. He's got a million.
Addie, you stepped into multiple difficult positions after multiple difficult positions and acted with a level of grace and talent beyond your years.
I don't think grace is the right word, but we'll go with that.
Between the situation with the Aegis incident last year and your overtaking of the school with the absence of Master Beilat Haram, as well as the situation a couple of weeks ago, you have more than earned the trust. Please, and she hands you each a very normal quill, sign on the line.
You say very normal, but I'm worried.
Addie does, in fact, sign very small her full name.
And as far as anybody can tell, nothing happens.
Okay.
Well, if you're worried.
As I'm writing, can I kind of like somewhat surreptitiously try to check the pen out?
Absolutely. Give me an investigation check.
That's a 17.
The scroll itself does have some kind of a magic baked into it. Addie would be the one to do the check if you wanted to to figure it out, but it doesn't seem like, just from taking a quick look at it, you have a basic understanding of magic. This doesn't seem like it's going to set you on fire or anything like that.
So this will just make it so we cannot talk about these things to those who do not have security?
Correct. To be quite frank, I literally cannot tell you about this until you sign. I've signed one as well.
So, what happens if you, say, a name? Is it just, an automatic, silence thing? Or, do you get struck down? How does it work?
Your body will not allow you to say it. Oh. It's a rather ingenious bit of magic.
Worries me somewhat.
Okay, that's fine, then.
And with that, she takes the scrolls from each of you and puts them away. There's along built into the side of the office, there is what to us would look like a wine rack, but they are filled with scrolls. And she slots the scrolls away all together in a cluster. Excellent. This is what we know. The individual that we have known to be King Etrian Graynor was a powerful being known as a lich.
Oh. I am sorry, what?
Do I know what a lich is?
Addie, you definitely know.
Oh, yeah.
The other two, go ahead and roll me either Arcana or History, whichever's better for you.
They both suck.
Both.
Oh, but that's a nat 20. So that's 19.
Okay.
That's a 6.
Okay. Rabroth, wizard. You know that's a wizard. Some kind of wizard.
Cool.
Lou, You rolled a nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
Your mother would tell stories of liches as if they were some kind of terrifying boogeyman. Something that you did not want to be around. You know exactly what it is from old folk tales that she would tell you. This is bad.
So the lich is an actual thing that exists? I thought that was just story.
Quite real.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
On a scale of, let's say, goblin ambush party to revenant to dragon, where would we put this lich thing?
Closer to the dragon side.
Oh.
Assuming it becomes a problem, which is what we are trying to avoid.
That's why we're here, right?
It is likely that he has been a lich for quite some time, to the point where he may have embodied some, if not all, of our former kings. Despite the fact that it was claimed dead in the decimation, we have reason to believe that he persists, as the artifact sustaining its life has not been destroyed. At this point, she pulls out a small metal circlet from the desk. It's about 8 inches around, an inch tall, and has a single inset spot where a gem would go. This is half of his phylactery. We are missing the gem. It is effectively indestructible until it is whole. Which means we cannot destroy him until we get that gem back. We believe he has the gem.
That would make sense.
Oh. You need me to go steal a gem. This is easy.
No, it's not. You want us to face an undead wizard who can't die and has been around for centuries to steal the one thing that could possibly kill him. You could have mentioned the dragon danger bit a little earlier.
Addie, would that have changed anything?
Well, no, but I would have liked to know ahead of time. It's not like that one...
Addie, you're a worrier and you've had enough to worry about.
Yeah, I have.
From my perspective, I have a lot. I have other things that I'm worried about. This is just icing on top of the... no, it's more of a cherry. Sounds fun.
I just look at Robroth.
I look at Labroth up and down. I'm like, yeah, you got nothing to worry about. You're some sort of holy knight. You're going to be perfect against this thing.
I know. Isn't that fantastic?
Okay, I feel a lot better now that he's here.
We assembled this team with thought in mind. Don't worry. We have full confidence that you all will be able to manage this. Let me make this abundantly clear. You're going to be fine. I have no doubt in my mind. That being said, it is quite dangerous. We would have sent other groups, but they would need to be larger. We want this to be quick and quiet. If you can get in there and get it taken care of, surprising him if you can. And just a very pointed look at Lou at that. That's going to be your best bet.
I look up Robroth up and down, like, well, the surprising would be easier alone, but I would appreciate your backup.
Fail-safes are important.
Just to describe it, so, like, the plate armor is, like, gold and silver, shiny as all hell, and he's that dude with the blue mantle on the back that flows in the wind. He's that guy. It's beautiful. It's loud. It's ridiculous.
The shining golden dragonborn.
There's no hiding whatsoever.
Not even a little bit.
Like, he doesn't even just try to stealth. He's just, opposite.
Not only do I have disadvantage on stealth checks, it's a neg one. So, yeah. Let's fucking go, fam.
Okay, is there anything else we need to know, Magus Diamond?
Well, I imagine you'd like to know where you're going.
I'd also like to introduce myself to my two new comrades. Hi, my name's Addie. Oh, this is Archie. She points to the hawk that's sitting on her shoulder.
Oh, wow. That I was not anticipating that. I thought it was a stuffed toy. Sorry, my apologies. I'm Ray Broth, and this is my beautiful sword, Flame of a New Dawn. And he takes off, like unlatches off his back this large great sword in its sheath, and he, for a minute, he goes, and it hits the wall.
Please, no weapon. Please, no weapons in my office.
All right, maybe you ought to see it another time.
I am Luelda. You can call me Lou. Are you compensating for something with that large sword? I mean, most times I don't need to... I understand that the bigger they are and all that, but really, is that necessary?
Magus Diamond just kind of covers her mouth and just steps back for a moment.
I feel two specific feelings about the situation. First of all, it would be rude for me to respond to that situation, so I'll leave that where it is. As a religious man, I feel like it would be against my faith to do that. Secondly, and more importantly, fuck you. And he just kind of sits back with a bit of a grin.
So, Magus Diamond, where are we going?
She very quickly pulls a scroll out of her vest and sets it on the table and opens it, and it is a map of the coastline. You'll be heading north. Follow the cliffs outside of Bulwark, through the salted wastes. The other classified piece of information is that we believe he is living in the ruins of the castle. The tallest spires of the castle of Bulwark jettisoned themselves far outside the city and crashed about a day's ride north, as if propelled by magic. There is a massive amount of power drawing creatures to the tower. We have every reason to believe that he's holed up there.
What sort of creatures?
Beings of the wastes, things that can survive out in the desert. That far north, that's where a lot of burning had to be done in order to make the lands be a little less fertile. Things don't grow out there. They are the salted wastes. And whatever lives out there is nasty and tough, and whatever it is that is living in that tower, be it the Lich or something else, it's gathering those things there.
So, is there any other pertinent information we need to know, or are we good to go?
That's all I've got.
Should we, I don't know, go to tavern, get to know each other first, build some camaraderie and trust, or should we just say, the hell with it and go right in?
Well, it is currently... What time is it?
It's about 11 o'clock.
Is 11. And it's a full day's ride?
Full day, you'd have to be camping out one night.
Well, I don't know that it makes much difference. If he's been out there for this long, would half a day's difference make anything?
Probably not. I just want you all to survive. If you need to get to know each other before you leave, by all means.
Really fast. Any sort of updates on, my dark passenger?
As soon as we have the city's dark passenger taken care of, we will be more than happy to mount an official defense against the creature.
His first, 46 times, it was actually kind of fun. And now that we're in the back half of it, in the hundreds, it's kind of like, oh, you killed me, vengeance.
No, I understand.
All right, you're going to have to explain that. I'm now voting for drinks at a bar. I actually know a really nice bar.
Oh, well, sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
And I have an idea of what we can do to kind of help build trust really, really quickly.
Okay. Lou, you in for the bar?
I think it is the best shot. I do not particularly want to go camping if we can avoid it.
I look over at Magnus Diamond and I hold my hand out for a small patch of coin because I am assuming she is paying.
She rolls her eyes, goes into another pocket in her vest, and tosses you more than suitable amount of money for the afternoon.
I roll a 2, I drop it on the ground.
Coins everywhere.
And I go
You-
picking it up.
Haven't even started, but are you okay?
Of course! Come on, I know a fantastic bar.
Yes, by all means, lead on.
I take them to the Mossy Boulder.
Addie, you take everybody to the Mossy Boulder, which is kind of a best-kept, worst-kept secret situation for all of the high and mighty mages of the Greynor Peninsula, because this is one of the very few places, not just in Bulwark, but in the entire peninsula, that you can actually get Cytepian food. It's a rare delicacy here, but Rebroth, this is a slice of home for you.
Oh, man. Yes.
So this is a Mediterranean restaurant.
Oh,
You walk in, and it is like open-air seating everywhere. The place is not, it's early afternoon, so it's starting to fill up for lunch. You are given a table to sit at and drinks to be had.
Cheers.
cheers. And as soon as we cheers, I cast Zone of Truth. Actually, it is Charisma. Charisma saving throw.
Oh.
Nat 20. So 22.
Nice.
Fails!
That's gonna be a 19.
Is the only one that failed was me.
A question for the DM. We can choose to fail if we want
That's
to,
true.
right?
Absolutely.
I will choose to fail in good faith. If I don't feel like answering a question, I can either not say anything or I can leave the zone of truth.
I will not choose to fail. This is not what rogues do. No.
But I do know. Well,
All right, what do you want to know?
especially a situation that we're going into with, and I'm, to be very honest, I'm not one that is one to give away trust right away. Typically, there's got to be some, not necessarily give and take, but I suppose I'll start with answering the initial question. So I so happen to be someone that has a undead thing after me, because I killed it once, and it will continue to hunt me every so often until it kills me, which it won't. So that's fun. Something called Revenant. It's pretty cool. Big fan.
Hey, Chase, would I know what a revenant is?
Give me an Arcana roll.
18.
18, absolutely you know what a revenant is, at least in a theoretical sense. You did your requisite research into necromancy so that you could have conversations with those students.
I mean, Master B was my master and my tutor. He might have mentioned it once or twice.
Exactly.
You have an actual revenant coming after you.
That's right.
Is that the nasty thing that Magus Diamond said that they would get rid of?
That's true. It's why I'm here.
So this thing, it dies once you are being attacked and you take it down, and then it comes back eventually, or after
Yeah.
you...
Yeah, I don't really know much heads or tails for it, so I'm kind of always ready, My favorite ambush was it actually grabbed a couple friends and tried to kill me in my sleep, but it's so boring.
I can understand that would be very tiresome after a while.
Yeah.
I've fought a Mind Flayer and survived.
I'm sorry, what?
I take a napkin and a quill and I draw my stick figure with a squiddly head.
Yes!
It's like an octopus with 4 tentacles and a stick figure body.
That's so good!
What?
Purple ink, obviously.
That is a Mind Flayer, also known as Ilfid.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the ability to blast you with their mind. And they like to suck your brains out.
So, that makes 2 things that my mother used to tell me about that are actually true.
It wasn't here on the peninsula. And I turned into a fireball and I was able to get away.
Let's roll back. You turned into a fireball. You cast it.
I didn't really turn into a fireball. I cast fireball on myself so that it would let me go.
Oh.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Well, that is reckless as hell, and I'm not gonna lie, I kinda dig it.
Cheers!
Clink!
Okay, so that sounds terrifying.
It was, but like I said, I am here, I'm alive. Archie didn't even get hurt, and I gestured to the bird. Yeah, we got back.
Oh wait, what color hawk is it?
It is a black hawk, and his full name is Archibald Winston Mouse Ripper the Fifth.
Oh no, nope. You gotta
Archie.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, I didn't mean for him to sound like Billy Bob Thornton. Shit. Anyway, it happened completely by accident. What the? I blame yours accents.
Look, we all walk backwards into accents we don't intend to.
Yep.
Oh my god, fucking A.
These are things that happen. It's fine.
What can you do?
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Lou. Can I call you Lou?
Yes, that is much easier than Luelda. Well,
I like Luelda. It's very pretty, but I understand not liking the name you were given at birth. I support the nickname.
Right. Adelaide? You do not like this name.
Addie.
Right.
It's too fancy for what I am.
Well, that's fair, I guess. Anyway, I've lived here in Bulwark for my whole life. My mom used to have a shop until it, exploded. And then, that was before the castle fell down. But then that happened, and I was getting some care for my brother. And since then, I've just kind of been getting jobs where I can and helping where I'm needed. I tend to be on the sneakier side.
Oh, you're sneaky.
Yes, it's what I do.
I check my pockets to make sure she doesn't steal a bag of coins.
No, I didn't try.
As long as it's, just and or bad guys.
They are all bad to some degree.
Typically, it's a little difficult for me to, turn a blind eye to such mischief. But considering, again, we're building trust. Wait, I'm not giving you permission. Damn it. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Well, the thing is that sometimes things end up in the hands of people that should not be in the hands of.
That's true.
And when that happens, sometimes it's easier just to go and sneak the thing than it is to convince the person to give up. That's where I come in.
I imagine plan is I come in sword blazing, and you go and pluck the thing out wherever it is. At least in my mind, having to provide a distraction while maybe you do some really cool wizard stuff.
Yeah, I can do as you describe it, very cool wizard stuff.
Right. Cool.
And I disappear and appear 10 feet down on a different bar stool.
Now,
I use benign transportation.
I believe they call that bragging.
The bartender drops the coffee that they were carrying. Hey! No magic in the bar, and he points up to a series of signs above the bar.
I put a gold coin on the counter, and I slide it towards him. For your coffee pot. And I go back to my seat.
Less magic in the bar. How long do you all stay in town before heading out?
I mean, I have a way to keep us safe while we're on the road if we all want to just take a nap.
Oh.
Do you?
I like to call it Adelaide's private detainment facility.
Oh, that's a really strange
I
name.
do not.
You and names.
see.
We need to talk about you and names. It's a
But
Player to player, it's Liam's tiny hut.
yeah. That's what I figured.
I'm sorry. What? A detainment facility?
Okay, so I can create a tiny little bubble where we can all just sleep in, and nothing will come at us.
So it is just a a safe space. It is not a prison.
You can leave anytime you want, but once you leave, you can't come back in unless I let you.
So why do you call it detainment?
I don't know. Honestly. It just sounded cool at the time.
Yes, these sing names. We need to... I agree.
Yeah.
It's...
I grew up in a household of fancy names. This is one of my few flaws.
Well, I mean, if we have a detainment thing that we can be safe inside, I guess camping wouldn't be so bad. It's the keeping watch that I do not like.
So that's my favorite.
Why does this not surprise me?
I enjoy it. I like the peace and quiet sometimes. Crickets, the cicadas.
But do we have a horse?
A hearse? Why do we need a hearse?
A horse.
You have mounts provided to you.
Okay.
When you do end up making your way down to the main gates, there is a Mages Council funded stable at the foot of the mountain, and they are aware of your arrival and have mounts ready and fresh to go for you.
Great.
Y'all are able to grab some kebabs and trail mix for the road and hop on your government-supplied horses and make your way north. You travel for about 7-ish hours until night starts to set in. As far as you can tell, you are no closer to your destination than when you started, but by all accounts, that is to be expected. You set up a stake and post the horses up, and Addie casts the detainment field, and you are in a darkened bubble.
I make sure that it's the color of the terrain around us.
Absolutely.
Would I know, if this particular road of travel is, if there are, bandits or any sort of monstery...
You're not on a road.
Oh, where are we?
There's no road. You are in the wastes. There is nothing out here. As far as you know, you have heard rumor... Go ahead and roll me a history check at disadvantage, because you are new to the area.
Well, that's fair. First roll 2, second roll 1. So,
okay.
Yeah, I feel really good about the information I have.
There's stuff out here, but you don't know anybody that has actually been, you've heard rumors. Everyone's heard rumors about the Salted Wastes, but nobody actually goes here. To be fair, if you wanted to keep a secret magical tower somewhere, this would be an excellent spot
That's
for
fair.
it. You don't know. You all set about getting camp ready to go. Do you set watches?
I'll insist.
I ask Archie to watch. So, if we're in the hut and something comes and eats our horses, or tries to eat our horses, he can alert us and we can fight him off, so we have steeds. Addie will insist that her practical detainment facility doesn't need watches and sleep through.
Okay.
Archie is sufficient watch for her. He can telepathically wake her up.
True enough.
Luelda is not one to take to having strangers around her very well.
Sure.
And she only needs 4 hours of her, wood elf trance sleep anyway.
Yep.
So she definitely is going to just do her normal sleep, but in the middle of when they're sleeping. So she's up for 2 hours longer while they're sleeping, and then she'll kind of nod off and get her sleep through the middle, and then wake up earlier than everybody just to...
Sure enough. And Rubroth, what about you?
I would insist on taking either first or last watch, and since based off of what was just said, I think that there's probably something more in the middle. So, which is totally fine. So yeah.
Well, okay. So if we're going to be having that conversation, then Lou would be like, "This, I can be up for the first half, if that is what you would like."
All right. Well, in that case, I'm 100%
if you
in. So just wake me up when it's my turn. As a matter of fact, I think I kind of like the idea of seeing some sunrise.
Okay. You all settle in for the night. And, Luelda, your watch goes by quietly, boring. There's nothing, not even plant life, for obvious reasons. There is nothing out here. It is awful and boring. You watch the horses, and that's about it. As Rebroth wakes up for his watch, though, you hear something. Music coming from out in the wastes. The horses have perked up and are looking out. And through the moonlight, you can see a very pale silhouette. Looks like a man. Taller, though. Kind of lanky. One of the arms seems incredibly spindly. And in a moment, wings. It is probably about a solid 70 feet away.
Solid 70 feet. Okay, got it. All right, I'll stir my compatriots awake. And like as I kind of stir them, I'll just kind of put my hand to my face, signaling shush, and then I'll just kind of point out.
I snuggle deeper into my fluffy
Do
pillow.
you recognize either of these things? This thing?
What?
I know. Just let the sleep out of your eyes. Okay, I got it. I totally understand.
You want me to have Archie go take a look at it?
Yeah, that would be
a good idea. Yes.
that would be smart.
Hey, Archie.
Caw.
Can you be a little stealthy stealth and go find out what that is and what... Not what it wants, just what it is.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right, Mom.
I will kind of, like, snuggle myself into the pillow on my back, and I will look through my familiar's eyes, because I'm pretty sure that's a thing I can do.
It is, in fact. All right. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for Archie.
That's an 11.
Okay. Archie fails.
No! Archie!
You are still in Archie's head, and you're watching him.
Don't tell me I'm going to have to go to the 6th.
We might be looking at Archibald Mouser for the 6th. We'll take a look. You don't notice anything is wrong at first, because Archie's just flying towards, until you see he's not staying up in the air. He's listing down, and he's going down and taking a closer and closer look. And you know, Archie, you know his eyes. He doesn't need to get that close. And what you see is not one figure, but two. You see the first one is distinctly humanoid, but has some strange rope-like tentacles coming off of it. The second thing is a woman, also vaguely humanoid, but with wings, and she's singing.
Oh, no.
Go ahead and roll me a history check to figure out what these things are.
I'm proficient in that. It's a 19.
Okay, you know what both of these things are. The first one, the masculine-looking one, is a Wanti. They're a snake folk. They're not uncommon out in the plains, but they are known to be a malevolent force. The second figure is a harpy.
Oh, fuck you.
That's what I figured.
I see what you did there, Chase, and I don't appreciate it.
I didn't think you would. Hey, what's Archie's AC?
It's a 13.
Okay.
If you do more than one hit point, he's dead.
So what you see is this harpy sees this hawk flying towards it. She grunts, unslings a bow from her back, aims, fires. There is a moment where you see the glint of an arrow, and then you are kicked out of Archie.
I am now awake. I assume my pack has, like, candles in it, right?
Absolutely. No, you've got your gear.
Does someone have a knife? Someone have a knife?
Yes.
All right. I start shaving bits of my candle, and I say, put this wax in your ears. There's a harpy coming.
Oh.
This is unfamiliar to me, but alright.
Is that what that...
No, this thing's gonna try to sing and charm you, and it'll kill you.
Oh, that's not great.
No, and this is great. Because you guys are taking this preparation, I will give you the DC to pass is going to be much lower.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome. Are we? How many rounds do we have to prepare?
You're in the bubble, You have as many rounds as you would like,
That's fair.
because they can't come in.
That's fair. I do. What time is it?
It's probably about 3 a.m. at this point.
So it's well before dawn.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good and
I'm
grumpy.
going to mage armor.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna turn my sword on fire. Yes, just yet.
Save that till we're at least
Give away
outside the hut, so you don't,
Right.
hurt us.
Yeah.
I appreciate
What do
it.
you mean, fire in the bubble? What's the problem?
No flaming swords in the bubble.
Listen,
You didn't think they'd need a sign, but here we are.
Yeah, right.
I have already immolated myself once in one of these side quests. I'd rather not do it again.
You know what? I am gonna do a thing. I'm going to cast bless on all three of us.
Oh, thank you.
Like kind of finish with the wax. Don't mind me. And I just like unceremoniously, without like asking anything, just like dump a bunch of holy water everywhere.
See, I didn't realize I stunk so bad. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. I'll take it later.
It smells vaguely of cherry blossoms.
That's fantastic.
This is a lovely, this is perfume.
It kind of comes with the territory. I didn't, it's not one of those things where you can just like choose a scent. Just kind of. Anyway, we could probably talk about this another time.
Right. Is there anywhere, we're on just the blasted plain, so there's literally nothing to hide behind, right?
There are rocks around. You could kind of like duck and dodge and dive around, things in the general area.
Because that's what I would be doing as, like, if they're doing other things. Lou would just be sitting there going, okay, so there's a rock, there's a rock. Okay.
Absolutely.
And kind of mark where I'm going to try to start my hiding.
Yep, for sure.
Also, I'm going to go ahead and do another thingy. And I'm going to cast armor. I get this on myself as well.
Choice.
Which gives me 5 temporary hit points. And when someone hits me, while I have them, they take 5 cold damage.
Mm-hmm.
With a melee attack. If they hit me with a melee attack.
Excellent. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Yay!
Holy
Oh,
crap.
man. I was clearly I thought someone did not have coffee.
Mm-hmm.
18.
Yeesh.
Okay.
That would be a 2 minus 1, which is 1.
The noble one. Addie, what'd you get?
I actually rolled really well. I rolled a 17.
Nice. You wait for about another minute. Because they saw the hawk, they pause for a minute just to see if anything else comes, and they start moving up closer to the bubble, which to them looks like a weird, opaque, perfectly rounded mound in the middle of nothing. And Lou, you see your shot, and you jump out when they are. How close do you wait for them to get for you to make your attack?
Like 25 feet, so I make sure I have plenty of, like,
Perfect.
I can jump back if I need to.
Yep. You dash out because they had absolutely no way to see you. I will give you advantage on whichever one you want to attack, be it the Huanti or the Harpy.
Judging by the fact that the harpy is the one potentially doing damage if the wax comes out of your ears, I think I'll go for them first.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack. You have advantage.
That's a nat 20.
Hell yeah. Do nat 20 rogue damage, please.
Bang, bang.
Yay!
Excuse me, I don't have enough dice out. One moment.
Okay.
That's plus 1 for slashing damage. That's 9 sneak attack damage.
So a total of 24?
Yeah, 24. That's right.
Cool. Okay.
And then bonus action. Yeah, I'm gonna disengage and step back 10 feet.
Yeah, Lou, you run out. You do a quick stab, and it's kind of like I'm envisioning it like a running attack. Like you just give a nasty slash to this harpy and keep moving.
Yeah.
I do need you to make me a wisdom saving throw at advantage because you elf. I'm sorry, not wisdom, charisma. My apologies.
Oh. Then 18.
Perfect. Yeah, you're fine. You hear the music of the harpy, and it's just like you could see how somebody could be magically enthralled by it, but that ain't you.
Nah.
That sounds dumb. Why would you do that? Addie, you're up.
Ra, as soon as I step out of this bubble, you're gonna be seen. Are you fine with that?
Absolutely.
I will step out, which disappears the hut, and Lou is now 10 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
I cast Fireball. Will it hit both of them?
Yeah, absolutely. They are standing
Okay.
right next to each other.
Alright, I'm only gonna cast it at level 3, so that's
Okay.
8d6.
Only.
Only. Wizard's gonna wizard, yo.
What's the deck save on that, Addie?
16.
The Wanty fails and the Harpy passes.
Awesome. Still gonna take half.
There's a reason the rogue knows to get away from the people when there's a wizard around.
7, 29.
29 and then half on save. Addie, go ahead and describe this.
I look at Ra. All right, here we go. I step sideways out of the bubble, so I'm not next to them, but I'm still in the way. And I say, yippee-ki-yay, mother, and then there's just an explosion of color.
Rainbow fire.
Rainbow fire.
Choice.
Folksiness.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Same.
The Wanty takes this blast directly to the face, and he staggers back and is clutching at some of his burning, writhing tentacles. The Harpy had turned around to pursue Lou and only catches a little bit, but their wings are now ablaze with some rainbow fire.
Yay!
And now it's their turn.
No.
Oh.
I still get my movement.
You do get your movement.
Get my movement.
Where are you moving to?
I'm moving so that I am behind Ra, and Ra is in between them and me.
Good call. Good call.
Human shield.
Yep. That is a smart and tactical move because it is the Wanty's turn. Oh, who is he angrier at really right now? And is he smart enough to... Nope! He sees this magic and he is going to make a beeline for Addie. And is going to invoke an attack of opportunity from Rebroth.
Oh,
Yay!
wow, that was really dumb. Okay.
I rolled poorly for intelligence.
Well, it's probably fine because I rolled really low with a 13.
13. I
No.
don't think that's going to cut it. No. It's not going to do it. This person is running past you, and you get a good look at him, and it's just... Ooh, he's a little scary. And he is going to attack poorly.
And I'll just say, like, as he kind of runs past me, like, I kind of, like, swing at him, like, hey.
Addie, an 11 and a 16.
I will shield and block both of those.
Nice.
All right. The Wanty rushes forward and lunges out with his arms. And his arms are snakes.
No!
As you
And
do.
he goes to punch bite you, and you're able to block both.
Yeah.
And you see these horrible rattlesnake heads lashing against your shield.
Not the creepiest thing I've seen, but I still don't like it.
That is its turn. Now it is the Harpy's turn, and the Harpy knows exactly who she's going after, and that is going to be Lou.
Right.
She makes many attacks, but none of them are terribly strong.
Okay.
She makes 4 attacks.
Okay.
I rolled double 12s.
That's
So that's not going to do it, I don't think.
No.
What's
not
your
at all.
AC?
16.
And I rolled an 11 and a 16 exactly.
Also, I have a cloak of displacement.
Remind me what that does, please?
That one. Come here. Well, you wear this cloak, protects an illusion that makes you appear to be standing in a place near your actual location, causing any creature to have disadvantage on attack rolls against you.
Oh.
Hey.
Then I will roll. Second roll for disadvantage was higher.
Okay.
Was I supposed to make a charm roll against the Harpy?
Yes, we will do that momentarily. That is going to be 15 slashing damage against you.
Nah, like half of that. Uncanny
Okay,
dodge.
yeah, that makes sense.
So 7, right?
Rogues.
Rogue.
Cool. So you are able to nimbly dodge out of the way, and you only catch a part of this as the harpy flies towards you and swoops and tries to take a chunk out of you, and doesn't do as good as they thought they would. And we will go ahead. Addie and Rebroth, can you both make me charisma saving throws?
That's 14.
14? That's going to be enough.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I have advantage on saving throws against being charmed.
Cool.
Okay, so...
Go, elven ladies.
15.
You are both fine. Rebroth, you can hear the sound of the harpy, and it's pretty nice. But the wax is deadening it, so you're feeling all right.
Great.
And Addie, you are just fine. You feel like that wax probably saved your bacon a bit, but hard to say. Rebroth, it is your turn.
So, seeing the
Kiss face.
All right. It was the Yanti that that's up close and personal with Addie, right?
Correct.
Since Addie is the squishier of the two. But I will use my bonus action to light my flame tongue greatsword, saying "Flame of a New Dawn."
Holy crap!
As it turns on. Before I swing at the Yanti, I do point with my sword at the harpy, and I say, "Save it for the bards," and then I swing at the other one.
Swing away.
First attack. First attack is a 19 to hit.
That'll do it.
Oh, it's not too bad. That is going to be 9 points of slashing damage, 7 fire, for a total of 16.
Cool.
And then I will go ahead and, if that did not take care of it, I will swing it again.
Yep.
14 to hit.
That is just going to do it.
Oh, thank God. That would have been embarrassing. He doesn't like that. Okay, and that's going to be... Oh, crap, I forgot. I get to reroll once. And then I rolled another one. Of course I did. So that's going to be 10 points of slashing and 8 fire.
Okay, with another 18. Nice.
Just...
The Wanty is looking rough. You take a very healthy chunk out of this thing. And now he has turned to face his true opponent.
Actually, one thing I forgot to do.
Uh-huh.
I want to dump some smite into that.
You can dump some smite. I'll let you post dump some smite.
I'm gonna post dump some smite. It's the middle of the night. A little upset. Let's do it. I'll only do it on the second one since I didn't say it on the first one. That's gonna be an additional 12 points of damage.
Nice.
And you feel the holy power of time course through you as it cleaves in a bit deeper. It's still standing, but not by much.
Okay.
And that is going to take us back to Lou.
Okay. So I can't hide, right? Like I'm right there. There's no way for me to do
right
this.
there.
So I'm just gonna do my...
But I mean, you can try to hide. It's a higher DC, but I'll give it to you.
Do I want to do that at the beginning?
In the sand.
I will just do a normal attack this time, and then I will go hide.
Sure.
Or at least attempt to. 15 to hit.
That'll do it.
Oh. All right, so that's only 6 damage.
6? Okay.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to hide 35 feet away, if I can.
Okay. Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me stealth.
So that's a 29.
Okay. And you effectively, like, as far as you can tell, you've vanished. You feel pretty confident in this spot. That will take us to Addie.
Here's the thing. I don't have a lot of just attacks that I have prepared. I think I'm going to use a Magique Missile.
All right.
So D4 plus 1. So the first one is 5, the second one is 3, and the third one is 5.
How do you want to do
2 4s
this?
and a 2.
Yes!
I will take my hand, and I will point 3 fingers at this thing and aim it, and 1 for each eye and 1 for the third eye between the forehead.
You slam him in the chakra, and he goes down like a sack of bricks.
Running! I'm running away. I go run behind a rock.
Okay.
Slamming in the chakra is totally a song somewhere.
Oh, for
Yo.
sure.
Yes.
The harpy is just lost as to where its target went. Just cannot, no clue, spends its bonus action trying to, like, hunt you down to see where you are, can't see you, and is going to make its way over to Rebroth.
Hello.
Would you like to die now?
You right?
Okay. And what is your AC?
18.
18. It has 2 successful attacks.
Okay.
First attack is going to be 7 damage.
7 damage. So I lose my armor of Agathis, but it does take 5 cold damage.
Okay. 5 cold bounces back onto it. And the talons is going to be 9 slashing damage.
Okay. Of 11. Got it.
And that is its turn. It is your turn now.
Oh, delightful. I will retort by swinging twice with my beautiful flame tongue greatsword. First attack is a lot with a 26 to hit.
Yeah.
Second attack is even higher, 27 to hit.
Fuck him up.
So, Divine Smite again. We're just gonna. It's not good. This is a mistake. They should Chase. They should not have done this.
They have made a grave miscalculation.
Very grave miscalculation. Yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and just add everything together. This is gonna be a lot because I'm gonna go ahead and dump Divine Smite into both of them.
Okay.
And,
yeah, give me a big chunky number.
chunky. All right. Be right back in 10 minutes after I finish adding things together. So
Click
let's
clack
see.
math rocks.
Right. So as a combination of slashing fire and radiant, 16, 21, 27, 28, 32.
32. You cleave into this harpy, and it looks displeased. Greatly displeased. It still has remnants of the rainbow fire licking off. Now it's got hit with holy fire. Lou, you are up. You are snucked.
Oh yeah, I'm behind a rock. So I'd like to pop out. I assume that the harpy's looking real rough at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this gives me advantage, yeah, because I was hiding.
Yes.
Okay. 23 to hit.
I'll do it.
That's 2 damage.
2 damage. Well, your sneak attack.
So that's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 sneak attack damage.
How do you want to do this?
There you go. That's better.
So the harpy is now focused on Rebroth, and I come
Absolutely.
up behind. I have my cane that usually doesn't look particularly painful, but I've taken the sheath off, and so like this glimmering, the top of it crossbar handle thing.
Oh, yeah, the crossguard.
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 Thank you. I knew there was a word for it. That thing is like, it's black, but there's like little gems on the edges. And so like when I go up behind, I'm actually like shoving it in her back. And all you see is like the glimmering outline of that and the handle sticking out her back as she just falls forward.
Yep.
Probably onto Rebroth.
Yeah, the harpy's song, which has been continuous the entire time, finally stops. and you are left alone in a quiet desert field. Thank you for joining us here on Another Path. You can find our website and merch store at anotherpathpodcast.com, on Twitter at anotherpathpod, and our network at ghostlightmedia.net. You can support our efforts by donating at patreon.com/ghostlightmedia. A special thanks to our donors, Nate C. and Nathan N. Or by giving us a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcatcher will let you. You can find me on Twitter at TQLoudly, Christina at Phoenix Stargirl, Kim at Metzger, and Duval at Duval King Jacob. Kim can also be found on her podcasts, Beholder's Eye Podcast, Surface Desk, and LCP D&D. Duval can also be found as the co-founder of At the Amphitheater and host and DM for Duval and Dragons on So Maddie Games Twitch channel. Both Kim and Duval's link trees are in the description of this episode. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new episode, and until then, remember that the best way to get to know many people is over a glass. This has been a Ghostlight Media production.